It's the 7th century and the Bible is being interpreted how it's supposed to be interpreted, and there are no modern Christians or Jews who say, but it's metaphorical to fit the society's modern standards. Therefore, these specific Bible verses were interpreted as kick out the impure and dirty woman out of your houses. When a woman has a discharge, and the discharge in her body is blood, she shall be in her menstrual impurity for 7 days, and whoever touches her shall be unclean till the evening. And everything on which she lies during her menstrual impurity shall be unclean. Everything also on which she sits shall be unclean. And whoever touches her bed shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the evening. And whoever touches anything on which she sits shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the evening, whether it is the bed or anything on which he sits. When he touches it, he shall be unclean until the evening. So according to the Bible, women become completely impure and dirty each month, since they are cursed and punished by God to do so, since Eve was deceived and not Adam, and women are basically the source of evil. Deceivers. Because of this, the traditional interpretation of the Bible led to Jews kicking out their women whenever they menstruated. So the companions of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, asked him, among the Jews, when a woman menstruated, they kicked her out of the house. They wouldn't eat with her or drink with her, nor do they associate with her in the house. So then God revealed the verses, say, it's an illness, so don't go near your wives for intimacy in the state. Then the Prophet Muhammad said, associate with them in the houses and eat with them and drink with them. Because Prophet Muhammad took menstruation as simply something God had ordained for women, rather than it being a punishment and a curse for women. Aisha radiallahu anha says, we set out with the sole intention of performing Hajj, and when we reached Sarif, a place 6 miles from Makkah, I got my menses. Allah's messenger came to me while I was weeping. He said, what's the matter with you? Have you got your menses? I replied, yes. He said, this is a thing which God has ordained for the daughters of Adam. He strictly opposed the misogynist ideas of the Bible. That is why one time when his wife was laying with him, she realized that she is menstruating, so she suddenly got up and switched places. When Prophet Muhammad saw her getting up, he asked her, what's the matter? She told him, I'm menstruating. So he called her back, and instead of telling her that she's impure, dirty, cursed, and being punished by God for Eve's sin because apparently she was deceived by Satan, he told her to sleep under the same sheet as him. That's all. And one time when he was about to pray, he asked his wife to bring him the prayer mat from inside the mosque, and she told him, but I'm menstruating. He told her, but the menstruation is not in your hands, meaning her hands are still pure. So then she went inside the mosque, got the prayer mat, and then the Prophet prayed on it. He also would put his hand on his wife's lap and recite the Quran while she was menstruating. Not only that, but since the devout followers of the Bible did not eat with their menstruating wives, Prophet Muhammad tried doing the exact opposite, which made the Jews even more angry. Whenever his menstruating wife ate from something, he would then bite the food from the exact same place as his wife did. He would drink from the exact same place where his wife did, and he used to hug his wives while they were menstruating. And if he ever got any traces of blood on his clothes, he would just clean it and then play in the same clothes. All of that went strictly against the Bible, which made the Jews even more angry. And then they said, this man doesn't leave us with anything except that he opposes us in it. Prophet Muhammad can be seen completely rejecting Bible's idea of women being cursed and impure when he said that no Muslim can ever be impure, and that the menstruation is not in his wife's hands. So while some bodily fluids from both male and female can be impure and cause the person who is experiencing them to refrain from praying, the woman herself is still pure and not dirty, cursed, punished, or impure. So while Muslims have to treat their women like a normal person when they are menstruating, Jews and Christians have to kick out their cursed, dirty, and impure wives out of their houses whenever they are menstruating. Modern Christians try to cope by using their most favorite excuses like, but it's the Old Testament, it doesn't apply anymore. But early church father Pope Dionysius says otherwise concerning menstruating women, whether they ought to enter the temple of God while in such a state. I think it's superfluous to even put the question, for I think not even themselves, being faithful and pious, would dare, when in this state, either approach the holy table or to touch the body and blood of Christ. For not even the woman with the 12 years issue would come into actual contact with him, but only with the edge of his garment to be cured. So we can conclude with the help of the Bible and the early church father Saint Dionysius of Alexandria that menstruating women are impure, dirty, cursed, and punished. Therefore, they are supposed to be kicked out and sit inside a menstruation hut, a segregated room from their families, and it's still practiced among the Christian Orthodox Christians even in 2024. We should give credit to Prophet Muhammad for abolishing a misogynist and harsh practice like this one in Arabia. So now when a woman amongst the Muslims menstruates, we give her love, support, and let her know that it's not a curse, it's not a punishment from God, but rather it's just a system God has ordained for the daughters of Adam, just like Prophet Muhammad said to his wife.